Hello everybody and welcome to Toon'd. I'm your host, Josh the Fox Mills. This is a show where I discuss, review, and otherwise just go on about cartoons in general. No matter how good, no matter how new, no matter how old, no matter the cost. I'm a little out of practice. Can't even get my own stupid catchphrase right. Well, slogan. It is Monday morning, and I am tired. Anyway, this time I decided I'm going to talk about something that I don't usually, that a lot of people don't seem to do. I haven't seemed to mention all that much, but it has been an aspect of animation and media in general for quite a while now. A little less now that there's the streaming services. But what I call the Cliffhanger Finale. It is when a series decides to end its season with a big hook, a what's going to happen kind of thing, and then it never is renewed. And I'll talk about a few of the instances I remember, some of the most infamous in my mind, of this happening. And of course, talking about the general practice of why it used to happen, why it's not likely to happen anymore. Yeah, but the cliffhanger finale. Cliffhanger ending. My first... Okay, well, it used to be a general practice, especially in like the 80s and 90s. Especially in the 80s and 90s. It was very common for a animated program. It was very common for a TV show to try to put a compelling hook at the end of one of their seasons, in hope that the audience needing to know what's going on, what happens next, would buy them a renewal into the next season. And yeah, that's right, cat. Sorry, Barkley's meowing at the door. Anyway, it's a cheap ploy, obviously, for them to do that. And sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes the network just won't do it, won't renew. But it used to be a trick, and it's not likely to happen now with the streaming services. You can't really buy a renewal like that, not like you used to. And they actually have to put in some effort to make the entire series as a whole compelling for the audience to actually want some more. But, anyway, the first instance growing up that I can remember encountering the cliffhanger finale, first one I remember, was the 90s Battletech animated series. I absolutely loved this series. I was a big fan of Battletech and MechWarrior growing up. Dad got me into a lot of tabletop role-playing games, and that was one of them. Well, I guess Battletech is a little bit more than just role-playing, but there's also tactical figurines and simulated military combat, sort of, with a sci-fi edge. But anyway, I was really into it. I was into the universe presented, and at the end of the first season of the animated series, they had a big cliffhanger, and I was really looking forward. I really wanted to find out what happened next, to see how they're going to get out of this one, how they're going to, what's going to happen. So waited for season 2, And season 2 never came. This was before the internet was very big and reliable. So I had no idea what was going on. I was just wanting new episodes, and new episodes never came, and then it suddenly stopped airing altogether on the network it was put on. I think it was CBS, NBC. It was one of those. But yeah, that was my first encounter with a cliffhanger ending, and it sort of broke me. Because I was a kid. But I think, I'm not sure, but I think Reboot tried to pull that with a cliffhanger ending for their last season, and they didn't come back, but can't remember on that one, so it's not on my list. I also, but other ones, going back a little bit, going further back, it's going to count because it has puppets, was Alf. Now, the comedy about an alien stranded on Earth living with a normal suburban family was beloved. It was, a lot of people absolutely adored Alf. But its final episode did have a bit of a cliffhanger. And you wonder, is he going to be captured by the government? How is he going to get out? There's people coming for him. Will they find him? All these questions will never be answered because the series never came back. And that was, of course, a little disappointing. But yeah, that was another cliffhanger finale. That then, in all these cases, they really hoping to come back. They don't just make these endings to mess with people. But going back further in time, closer to now, we had what's affectionately called Sonic Sat AM, and I think that was just Sonic the Hedgehog. At the time, there were two Sonic the Hedgehog series. One was good, one was bad. Excuse me, I've got a sleeping computer that stopped sleeping and needs to go back to sleep. There. Anyway, but the Saturday morning one, or Sonic Sat AM, it was either Sonic the Hedgehog or The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, and I think it was just Sonic the Hedgehog. But anyway, that was the good one. Sonic Sat AM was the good one. And at the end of its run, it left on a cliffhanger ending, obviously wanting to introduce a new character that wasn't previously discussed. But Sonic fans would know. Oh, and it really just ended up, one of the villains wound up saying something, then stepping aside, and there were two big red eyes glowing in the dark, and we were supposed to know who that was. But we never really did find out because the series wasn't renewed. And that was another particularly famous one in animation. Pretty infamous in the early 2000s was the Teen Titans series at the end of season 5. I think it was 5? I think so. Or season 4, something like that. The end of one of their seasons, they dropped a huge bomb that definitely made a lot of fans wish the series continued because they wanted to see what happens next. They went like, oh, Terra's not dead, or a girl who looks exactly like Terra exists. on what's going on. We didn't get to find out what's going on because well, the series got canceled. But those are the ones I immediately remembered and put on this little dumb list. But with my atrocious handwriting. But those are the ones I remembered. But if you guys have any fond memories of this sort of thing happening to you in your viewing experience, I'm looking specifically for animation, but it doesn't have to be, then feel free to share your experience in the comments below if you'd like. And like, subscribe if you want. I hate doing that. Hate telling people to do that. Such a shill kind of thing. Anyway, but if you did enjoy yourself, then that probably is a good recommendation to go ahead and try to get more. And this was a short Toon'd in, but I actually have another one planned this month. Because of, well, the outbreak, I have a lot more spare time all to myself, and I get bored. So why not work on stuff, eh? Anyway, so yeah, this is a short episode. Go ahead and make another one later in the month. But until then, this was Josh the Fox Mills, and stay tuned. No cliffhanger ending, no cliffhanger trick for me to try to get more ratings and come back for another season. I'm my own boss when it comes to that. So, see ya. Stay tuned. Bye.